Hey everybody, this is going to be our UV tutorial demo here. We're going to be doing this object. I'm not going to do the whole thing, every single piece. I'm just going to show you the methodology behind how you would tackle something like this. Uh, I picked this because this is a speed tree model, so typically there's some real dodgy things that can come out of speed tree. Um, so we're going to tackle that. We're going to just use a model that's not optimized and not really that hot as far as topology goes, just so we can see how to deal with these problems. You can see some of this geo isn't exactly correct. This is all just raw speed tree geo. Besides these guys, I think they were brought in. Yeah, I brought them in later. These were done in another piece of software. I did them in ZBrush. You got these little guys here, but you can see this is what happens with speed tree is that you get uh, one branch and then another branch that comes off of it. Which you could solve these problems in ZBrush or stuff, but this was made for a video game demo. So all this stuff kind of had to be separated off because we had dynamics and things going on. Anyways, so we're going to UV some of this stuff. So we're going to start off with one of these guys. And here, I'm going to have to keep going back and forth, UV editor and the main viewport because I don't have enough screen space. We'll work around it. So to start off with stuff like this, obviously you're going to want to use a cylindrical projection. And your projections are basically how the UVs are calculated off this object. Uh, and obviously this is cylindrical, so we're going to use a cylinder. Um, when you get to something like this, which is what we'll tackle next, it's a cylinder, but you can see it's got this really odd shape. So you're going to have to use something called multiple projections, which we'll cover. Get these bud things. It'll probably be spherical projection. And sometimes you can get away with transfer attributes, which will allow you to UV one object and then transfer them to other ones. We'll give that a shot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I can at least introduce the concept to you. Then we're going to do this guy, which will probably do a combination of planar mapping, and then this guy will be a bunch of cylindrical maps all put together. So the main concept I'm going to show in the video is multiple projection. And that's using, go under your create UVs. You have planar, cylindrical, spherical, and automatic. We're not going to use automatic. We're just going to use these three. So what you're going to do is use multiple ways of projection on one object to get a complete UV map. And then we're going to go over some layout stuff. And really, I know you guys have had questions about laying or laying out UVs. Um, and really, that's just a matter of practice. I'll give you some tips on just how to pack these things. And now, really, with Maya, I think 2015, we're using 2015 and up, you get this unfold and optimize, which get you pretty much 90% of the way there when we're talking about packing UVs. I know we're also talking about textile density with substance. Um, and there are tutorials that I sent to you talking about how to make sure you're getting enough textile density in your object. So UVs, let's start with this guy, and we'll isolate them just to take a look. So it should be pretty simple. This is going to get kind of weird, but we'll fix that. So I'm going to go up here, cylindrical mapping. I might want to rotate this a little bit on X. You want to try to get close, a close approximation to your object. You can get maybe a little bit more. Let's go -12. And let's go ahead and take a look what we get. So I'm going to grab these guys, unfold, and we're going to get this mess. So first things first, especially with cylinders, I'm going to see this kind of stuff happen quite a bit. You'll get these twisty type of deals. Uh, to do this, oh, this is different. Um, to solve this, we're just going to cut these off, make separate shells, and then unwrap them again if I can get the shells to separate. That's interesting. Shell. It's different. Just one second.